Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of the Warrior of Light podcast. I'm your host, White Wolf, and on today's episode, we're going to be picking up where we left off and talking about all the awesome things that have been going on with the community centers, all the awesome festivals, and just the amazing Halloween festivities. So, buckle up, get ready, because here we go. So, let us get this started. So, when we last left off, we had just started again with the community centers. Now, within the last couple weeks, let me tell you, it's been that Halloween season, right? And this Halloween season has just been so awesome. The things that the community centers have been doing, the things that the community has been doing. There's been so many trunk and treats by so many different organizations, religious, not religious, just different groups, a brewing company. There's been so much generosity and so much love and compassion that has been going around lately. It's been just really nice. Just really, really nice. And so lately, White Wolves, he's been getting with the community centers. We're starting to get back. We gotta build the community. You know what I'm saying? We gotta really start coming together and talking about plans and things of that nature, right? And so, we've been getting with the community centers lately. And it's been nice. We've been enjoying this holiday season. We've been enjoying, doing our part. And we've been enjoying just taking part into these festivities. And so, one thing, I just love this delicious candy. But pay attention, candy's bad for you. Don't eat too much candy, folks. Don't eat too much. But I just gotta give a shout out to the Southeastern Fall Festival that was held at Panorama Park. The people who did this festival, they did it right. It was like the coordination efforts for this was amazing. It was like not only did, they had some very interesting music, very nice, but the amount of people out there just giving things away for free, it was very, very impressive. It had that for real, that loving vibe. Like, not only was everybody running around having a good time, because it's at Panorama Park. And if you have not been to this park, you gotta go to this park, because this park is popping. And so, it's just wow at this park. And there's a lot of people who are just, who have coordinated, who have their concessions, and some people are giving away just different things. There's a whole farmer's market set up just for free food. And so you can line up to get some produce, to get some fruit, yeah, some cupcakes. They have a lot of different things. And when we talk about spreading the love, that's the love. That's awesome. Taking care of people. When we talk about, caring about people's needs, taking the responsibility to be like, hey, let's help each other out, because we all know that's a reality. We all have to eat food. That's reality we all deal with. And when we can just make our life easier, that's what we're talking about. And they're just so awesome. And then the things they have for the kids. They had the free jumpy ride thing for the kids. And let me tell you, it was quite the job of patience. It was quite patience. It was a moment of patience. But you know what? It was so awesome that they had this jumpy ride thing for the kiddos, for them to go up there, get hooked up, and start jumping for free. My kids had a blast. It was awesome, y'all. And so, just have to give a shout out. Because when we talk about, the positive things and bring in a positive, spreading healthy habits and the things that we want in the community and with the types of things we want, period. I think this is just such a great example of showing what the community can do, So good job, for real. And so I'm just so grateful, for this time period, for the amount of love that has been going around with these festivities. Thank you, everybody. Let's just enjoy this time and let's work together to keep the beautiful vibes going. And so, like I said, we've been getting with the community centers lately. Right now, White Wolf is getting himself set up to do some traveling. Because we're about to be doing some traveling, folks. As we get there, as we start to level up, as we start to power up, expect some good old travel. But right now, we're kind of seeing how we're getting with the food pantries. We're seeing how our foods, like how the food, how's our food system set up. And it's very interesting, as I'm starting to dive into these and learn more. I'm finally starting to get with the right type of people. And it's a very interesting process. It's pretty impressive. Let's just say there's definitely room for us to, expand and really capitalize in a way to make food for a lot of people, everybody, to be almost free, to really be such alleviated, especially when we start talking about the power of hydroponics and we need to cut down our water. Because, we're talking about the food because our agriculture is what's really taking away our water. And our water crisis is number one. So let's change the way we're getting our food. And when we're talking about hydroponic systems, we got some ideas out here. We got like a bunch of master gardeners in the area. Very fortunate. And so, yes, seeing how we're distributing it at our food pantries is very, very eye-opening. It's very eye-opening. And we're going to make this happen. Trust. So, at the same time, as we're working the food pantries and figuring out a food system, we finally put together a skill tree. You know what I'm saying? And so, about to go into that in more detail. We've also been getting with the city council. We've been going to city council, y'all. Been going to city hall. And let me tell you how our last adventure at city hall went. We go to our town hall meeting because we gotta talk about the things that are going on to the city council because we see all these problems and such and yada yada. And so, White Wolf gets all damper, all professional looking, all cool guy. You know what I'm saying? And we head off to city hall. And so when we get there, it's a whole proceeding. They do a whole proceeding. It was a very nice proceeding. They upgrade somebody to a new position. Congratulations. And it just took some time. Ooh, one of the things, it was nice being able. One thing, it was really nice being able to see what other people are feeling and thinking in the community. Like one guy, he came up there, he was talking about making cannabis really legal here in Colorado Springs, make it so we don't have to be all medical only. It can be rec on both sides, and we can use it in many different types of ways. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just really nice. He was a pretty intelligent dude. Shout out, homie. I support you, brother. Because he talked about it. He really busted out the old terms. When we talk about how the U.S. labeled things at certain time periods is really like the wording is very wow, like what? And so, we still go off of some of these old laws and regulations where it's like it seems completely it seems completely just wrong that we would follow something like that because it has no sense and it's just a bunch of toxicness on paper with no validation. And it's just like, oh, and we still follow it. And it's like, oh, and he really brought it up, like a lot of good points and things, and just the way he talked. So shouts out to that man. And so when White Wolf gets up there, whew, this time, White Wolf had to break it down. Just kind of what was going on is we've seen how the mayor, White Wolf talked about how the mayor's taking things, and then how it's like we see our court systems being destroyed in our families. Is a lot of these programs, they force you to do things X, Y, and Z. Is like the things that are lined up and stacked up. White Wolf up there explaining it to them, looking them in the eyes, just being like, hey, I'm a citizen, I've done my time, I fought and such, and I feel like, we're trying to get on the sustainability board so we can make good, positive changes. And it's like we've contacted people, and then what's the holdup? What's the slowing down? And it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So we're up there kind of talking about it. And, as you can imagine, it's basically in one ear, out the other, except for one. There was one council member who was like, okay, I hear you. I believe. And you know what? No. We'll see. We'll see. We're still fighting to get on certain positions, y'all. Don't worry. Because, it's one thing, whatever we get to help us. But let me tell you, we're getting with the right people. We're doing the right things. You know what I'm saying? Our intentions are there. Our energy is being used in the right type of way. So we're going to accomplish this one way or the other. Either way, it's going to be through compassion, through love, through wisdom, and through courage. And so, yeah, we'll take that battle back to City Hall another day. Right now, we'll just stay focused, moving forward. We'll get closer. And so this really brings me to the skill tree of what we've been working and developing on lately. So, about this skill tree. Alright, so let me break down this skill tree. Because this skill tree is freaking awesome, my dudes, okay? So basically, we're breaking everything down by, the body, the mind, our emotions, and the more sensitive holdings of our energies, you know what I'm saying? And, man, it's just like, we are here having this human experience, right? And so starting off with our body is literally our vessel to walk around and engage in this third dimensional type of perceived world that we're in, right? So if we just let our body just, right now there's a lot of talks and pushing about accepting yourself at any size. And yes, emotionally, mentally, always, we don't want to cause anxiety and stress and really tear ourselves down, but understand the importance of doing exercise regularly. That is something our ancestors didn't have to worry about because the world was just in a different state. But for us, man, like with our sanitary lifestyle of being able to, a lot of jobs require more sitting down and less bodily movement, we have to really be more conscious of how to take care of our bodies the proper way. Otherwise, they become weak, and then when they start breaking, and then you can't enjoy life. It's just suffering. You know what I'm saying? And so when we start training our bodies and becoming stronger, everything is a form of energy too. So, the movements, one thing I've realized is the bodily movements, everything, it creates a feeling, these movements, when we move in a certain type of way, vibrate at a certain type of frequency, and this frequency, you can create certain types of rhythms with frequencies, and these rhythms feel extremely amazing, and there's so many. It depends on what you're trying to create, and this is when we start getting into more of the self-expression of the human capability. It's so impressive when you think about tuning in to individual frequencies and being able to really express yourself at those frequencies, because even our emotions are frequencies. And so we really learn how to get more in tune with our bodies. Right now, it's like we are still on that surface layer. We need to start leveling up. And I don't mean just, muscle development, because there's so many ways to train your body to develop muscle, to develop strength, endurance, flexibility. The list really is out there. And we teach most of it, all right? Because, we strong up in here. We're fast. We're enduring. We're able to handle anything that life throws our way. That's why we're strong. And anyways, just talking about the body. So moving on, now we got to talk about the mind. All right, so our mind, yo. And so, same thing with our mind, man. So right now we kind of got the mind broken down in just different categories. We kind of focus in on the knowledge aspect, our creativity, our conscious awareness of what we're actually paying attention to, how we are able to train and develop our subconscious, because at all times we're bringing in information even when we're not paying attention. And then we talking about how to develop our genius, that super higher level self that is guiding you, that is that beacon, that is you up there in that holy divinity level that is telling you, you got this, it's okay, that's the right way, don't go that way. You know what I'm saying? Also, we will develop our memory, the memory of the body, develop the memory of the body and the mind. When we talk about memory, it's very vast. The memory is vast. And then we gotta work on our inner child, because right now we all have this human experience, right? And we've all been children at one point. And sometimes, a lot of times, for most of really everybody, we go through things that make it hard to cope in our daily life. And it's just because we haven't looked back at some of our past traumas and experiences in certain types of ways and methodologies, you know what I'm saying? And so really developing, when we talk about developing our mind, it's just making it in such that we're able to really walk through all these dimensions of our life in a way of a way of efficiency, of a way of positivity, of a way of love, compassion, wisdom, and courage. All right. And so when we start breaking down these parts of our minds, we start analyzing, well, what is it that, our goals and ambitions that we're trying to strive for? What is it that, we really want to accomplish? Instant impact for the next 7+ generations, because at this time, it's when we live in our life, we don't pay attention to our mind is our perception of the world. And if we are having negative thoughts, that alone is going to just create a world. It creates your world in such a way that it is very hard. It causes suffering. But when we are able to change it to good, positive mental attitude, then we start able to show self-love, real self-compassion, self-caring. We start developing ourselves for our goals and our ambitions. We start striving for higher levels of achievements. That is the stuff that is how we create a better future. When we start looking at the problems and we're able to understand the world in a bigger type of conceptual way, that how we fit in and how we want to fit in, and our place and duty at this time, our responsibility. And so that's why it's just so important that we, break down our mind, because we have all these different parts of our mind, as I just talked about, this areas, and it just keeps going, you know what I'm saying? Because we break all these down to another categories that we have to work on, and even more categories. That's why when you look at our programs, we got you, because we got to accomplish our dreams and our goals and our ambitions, right? And so, yeah, it's pretty awesome there. Amazing and unbelievable. And when we start understanding how to control our emotions and really amplify them, and really start having emotions that we want to have, you know what I'm saying? That's why in our skill tree, we start bringing down things, like our fulfillment. How do we really achieve fulfillment? Well, here's the thing, guys. Fulfillment is literally equivalent to responsibility. All right. And so we really need to talk about, what does it mean to start developing that higher level of responsibility, diving into things deeper, and we start seeing, why, the why. All right. But yeah, trust. So in our skill tree, though, we talk about our emotional regulation, a lot of like just techniques, some of our beliefs and values. When we talk about beliefs and values, everybody's beliefs and values are different, but a lot of times we'll establish limiting beliefs based off of past knowledge and perceived experiences, and sometimes it can cloud the realities of things, and we'll put up low mental barriers to confuse ourselves or to justify our actions that can cause suffering to ourselves and others. And so we definitely we talk about our beliefs and values, and that's when we talk about the things we fall back on. For me, it's just the beliefs and values is how you get into those higher levels of strength. Because when we talk about really developing our courage, when we really talk about developing honor, compassion, love, these feelings are so incredible and so strong. It is a level of, you feel it when you feel your feelings, and when you're able to dive into your feelings and amplify them, you're amplifying your strength. And so how we keep talking about everything increases frequency. Well, all these everything is vibrating at frequency. So when we're talking about our mental thoughts and our emotional actions and our emotional feelings, everything is at certain types of frequencies. Okay, and when we talk about creating our body trying to be in a harmonious state, is always trying to find our harmony, homeostasis. And it's like, we gotta learn how to tune ourselves in a way. That's when we talk about that alignment, getting ourselves in that right type of frequency alignment. And when we're able to do this, it's like our power, our strength, our experience, the things we are able to accomplish, the things, there is no bounds. There is no bounds in this life. There is no boundaries. All boundaries are all preconceived in our mind and the way we operate and do things. You know what I'm saying? This world is a world of abundance, and it is amazing. And so I got stuck in our beliefs, but when we talk about our suffering, that's why we got to talk about our suffering too. That's why we go back to our skill tree. We talk about the understanding of suffering, and we do a lot. We've looked through all the cultures, and I think the Four Noble Truths just do it the best. There's so many systems that really follow the Four Noble Truths through from Buddhism, and it's interesting. That's definitely one that is explaining it in certain types of ways. It really outlines things that in such an incredible way. Yeah, all right. And so, we definitely talk about that in our skill tree, and we go into how to develop that depth, how to get that deep, deep connection to, even when we're sad. Because here's the thing, even when we're sad and sad things are happening, we need to learn to really take that time to give ourselves space, to let ourselves feel comfortable with feeling our emotions, and then allowing ourselves to just be able to express it, to be able to really dive deep into it and get out. Because you can do one really good, just super dive of whoa, it's amazing. It's amazing how you feel. It's amazing the energy that is expressed. Okay. And so, that's why we talking about training our emotions, y'all. And so, finally, when we talk about life energies right now in the beginning phase, because this is just the beginning phase, y'all, we have so much still to bring. This is literally our level one. You know what I'm saying? And so as we reach for greater and higher heights, because we're here to save the freaking world, to really bring solutions to problems, to really be the force that leads the way. All right, because here's the thing. I'm a man out here, and I see it, man. I've volunteered all these places because, you know what, there's such a need for a balance in our society, in our structure. And it's like, we have this technology now. We're able to make our lives easier. You know what I mean? And my thing is, I see a lot of dismissal talking. People are very dismissal, man. People are, we're in our ways right now. We have a system, and people don't like change. But it's annoying when people don't want to talk about change, and they'll talk about our suffering. You know what I mean? Is people don't understand sometimes what they're saying and the way that they're expressing things. You'll see this every day, man. The way we talk to each other, the way we talk on an everyday basis is like walking on eggshells, and we're unable to really get to those deeper layers of the things we need to talk about. Lately, like I said, we've been out here in the communities, getting connected. Again, we're really starting to get connected. It's been nice, y'all. We're establishing this. We're making it happen. We're getting certified. And so now these are the baby steps, because where we're going, y'all, trust me, where we're going is amazing, because we got some good connections. We got some people to really meet up with who are super intelligent, who, everybody has a piece of the puzzle. This is what it is. We're coming together. It's more of a coordination effort than anything, because everybody has a piece of the puzzle. And the puzzle, when we put this puzzle piece together, we're bringing it's the recipe. This puzzle is the recipe. And this recipe is our freedom, our basic needs and necessities of doing things in a way of taking that step of responsibility, of claiming that, hey, we want our people to be stronger. We want to be in alignment with the planet. We want to help grow and flourish the planet. We will help and grow, flourish ourselves. We want to reach higher forces. We want to be already at galactic level. We see that coming faster and faster. Right now, we're having people who can't handle having a cell phone. And we can't. And what we're heading towards is more, better, faster, stronger technology. At the same time of climate crises, it's so weird. It's like we're heading to a time of like catastrophe, and at the same time mass extreme technology. So we really need to start developing our discernment, our strength, our responsibility, really directing our actions in a way that makes sense for everybody. And yeah. So going back to when we talk about life energies, it's really a lot of like our talking about our meditation, our qigong, our breath work, our tai chi, our energy working systems is really what it's about. And there's lots of different energy working systems. And it's like once we start practicing things, it's like, guys, it's like when we build on top of stuff and we start getting better. It's so interesting how things merge and blend. It's incredible. The power. It's like all this information as we start stacking it up. The levels that we're going to get to. All right. Right now, we're really focusing on meditation, mindfulness, breath work. Okay. Because we need to understand what we're really teaching, really talking about one type of meditation right now, because there's many types of meditation. So the one that we're teaching right now is really how to pause your mind, how to really freeze, how to really start putting yourself into a type of like a type of stasis, because we gotta learn how to shut off our parts of ourselves one at a time, consciously. And when we talk about the mindfulness, that's how we get to our mind and able to look at these things. And it's like when we do it in a type of way that's real nice and step by step, and just one little mouse at a time, and not the giant elephant. It's incredible the heights that we all can reach so fast, and it feels so amazing. And then it's like, I feel like this meditation, it just gives you the groundworks for every other meditation. Because once you can understand one meditation, you can understand every other type of meditation. And it's just like, when we start learning how to control our energy in different types of ways, man, look, I'm telling you, we're going to be establishing some superpowers. And as they always say, with great power comes great responsibility. And that's what we're talking about, the responsibility of taking care of each other, of this planet. And yeah. So that's what's been going on, my friends. We have really begun the communities. I'm reposting the skill tree. But bam, So, getting into the community series, we're going to be teaching a 4-lesson program, right? And, well, we're still working on it. We're still trying to get the paperwork and yada yada, but it's coming pretty close together. All right. And so the first thing we'll be discussing is a 4-lesson plan, which we really will start breaking out, ourselves, the inner workings of ourselves, this bowl of soup we're all in, it's like we gotta talk about our goals, our dreams, our ambitions, what we're trying to accomplish, how can we heal ourselves, how can we get stronger, and we'll teach y'all how to get some strength, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's gonna be good. And this is the starting, this is where he's gonna start, because I'm seeing more and more little groups up here starting to pop up left and right. But it's like, it's the way, personally, my wolf wants us to just have random meditation club. My wolf just wants to see a group of people meditating at the park and be like, oh, what's up, homies? Yo, and they'd be like, hey. And then guess what? We all start meditating together. You know what I'm saying? This, spreading healthy habits, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you go for a run and you see another person go for a run and you instantly feel that attachment, it's an energy, it's a connection of energy that is there, and you know what, you feel it, and it's real, and it's something that once we start talking about how we use it to develop our own strength and to each other's strength. And it's like we push each other, it's no more taking from each other, it's pushing each other to greater and higher heights. And so this is where we start. As we continue to put together the recipe, where we'll also go take care of some regular life stuff. But we push to greater and higher heights, right? So the message this time, I guess, to leave everybody off with is let's get stronger, everybody. Let's spread healthy habits. Let's start just making stuff, man. Like, for real. I'm feeling like I'm seeing some good groups out here. It's time to start getting more connected. Time to get out the house. Let's go meet up at our community centers. Let's go have, people are hosting things left and right. It's pretty nice right now. It's the beginning. It's not explosive yet. It's not everywhere like it's about to be. Because let me tell you, once people start seeing the power, the strength that we have inside of us, and it starts spreading more vastly, because we see that it's picking up. It's like at a point now where it's like, whoa, everybody's looking at it now. It's like, well, you hear people, very famous people, start talking about stuff and type of way. And now we're just more at technological, level of, we're just at a higher level of intelligence now, where it's like we're taking that next step, and it's like, oh snap, okay, and we just gotta start breaking it down, because it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. So, young people, train yourself. Old people, thank you. All age people, thank you. Humans, thank you. Brothers, sisters, thank you. Let's do this. Let's get stronger. Let's come together. So, get ready. So I'm hoping to have more about the recipe on the next episode of the Warrior of Light podcast. Take it easy.